What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Norah and thank you so much for watching. Before we jump into today's video, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow your girl on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, because you already know we're growing the family across all platforms. Welcome back. We are back with another video, another fashion focused video. And baby, this video, honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this video is long overdue. Okay, if you are new to my channel, you are going to find out pretty quickly that I am a lover of fashion. I am a lover of style. I like nice things. I definitely, over the years, you know, as your girl started to make a little bit more coin, things were a little bit more realistic and affordable for me. I have, you know, kind of started to slowly tiptoe and tread into the luxury fashion market. I've always loved luxury brands and luxury items, but again, just to be honest and frank, baby, I couldn't afford it, okay? I couldn't afford it. All I could do was buy the magazines and look at it. So I say all that to say, I have always kind of shopped a lot of the same brands, you know, kind of your staple big fashion houses. And as I continue to kind of expand my luxury wardrobe, I realized, okay, something very big was missing, and that was Black brands, okay? I do not have nearly enough Black luxury brands in my closet, in my wardrobe, accessories, shoes, bags, whatever it might be. And I was inspired to put together this video and share some luxury brands that I want to be shopping more in 2024 and moving forward. None of these brands I would say are like super new, but they might be brands that you're already aware of. Some of them might be new to you. And hopefully if they are new to you, you might, you know, be inspired to browse their websites a little bit and kind of take a look and see what the girls and guys are giving. Because again, Black luxury is out there, and there are Black luxury owned brands that are also dropping a lot of heat. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and let's jump right in. So we've got our handy dandy cell phone here with my notes. You always know I like to check back and make sure I'm covering everything that I want to cover. Today we're gonna cover 8 different brands, which I am really excited, and we've got a really good mix of clothing, bags, accessories, swimwear, shoes, kind of all across the board. And again, all Black luxury brands. So to kick us off, Christopher John Rogers. Again, I don't know where the hell I have been, but it's definitely been under a rock. So my first kind of like introduction to Christopher John Rogers was on TikTok, and I saw a video of Janae Naylor wearing this black kind of like bodycon maxi dress, but it had this gorgeous deep plunge detail up front, and then kind of like a rainbow piping kind of color detail around the neckline. I love a good little black dress. I love something bodycon, but then the contrast of, again, kind of the rainbow piping around the neckline, I was like, hold on. Who is this dress by? So of course, going through comments, I saw it was Christopher John Rogers, and y'all know how the internet go. You look up something once and then all of a sudden you see it all over your For You page, it's all over Instagram. And sure enough, I feel like all of my timelines and feeds were being flooded by Christopher John Rogers pieces. So he is definitely known, I would say, for having pieces that have kind of that rainbow detail effect. I have seen it a couple more times around TikTok, and then I've also seen other variations of kind of like this pinstripe rainbow detail with his clothing. I'd say Christopher John Rogers is either gonna give you like really good bodycon type of outfits, a lot of like A-line cuts. You're also gonna get a lot of structured pieces as well. He either does a lot of like black outfits, black silhouettes, again, with just like some pops of color, or really bold color pieces as well. I have seen some of his, you know, 2-piece suits. I have seen some other dresses, tops that again also have really gorgeous, bold colors. First item of business that I think I definitely want to track down is going to be that black fitted bodycon dress, because again, I know that is something that I would get so much wear out of in my closet. I've seen some of the girlies style it just like the traditional dress. Again, like I mentioned, Janae Naylor, she actually styled it with a turtleneck underneath, and then I believe she did like some combat boots. So a lot of fun ways to kind of play with his pieces. I love that he has kind of these like staple items that the moment you see it, you can kind of tell like, yes, it's definitely a if you know, you know, but when you see those pieces, you can almost guarantee that they are Christopher John Rogers, but again, also have some other items as well. So kicking us off really strong, Christopher John Rogers. Our second brand should be no surprise. But again, I am very much ashamed to say I do not own nan one item from this brand, and it is Hanifa. Listen, Hanifa has had the girls in a chokehold, and for very, very good reason, okay? Hanifa, I feel like it's another brand that when you see her pieces, you just know it's her. A couple things that really stand out to me with Hanifa definitely are her knitwear pieces. So she had this gorgeous kind of like floor length maxi sweater wrap type of cardigan. So it was kind of like a 2-in-1. You could wear it as a dress, you could wear it as like a sweater cardigan overthrow. The green color that I saw this in did something to my soul. The first time that I ever saw this item was actually on Aaliyah's face. It was on her YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, that is a mean piece. And again, granted they are luxury items, so they are a little bit more on the pricier side. For one, great quality knitwear pieces, especially as someone who lives in the New England area, I would get a lot of wear out of them. And then again, the fact that I could wear it as a cardigan, as like a little jacket overthrow, as a dress, gives me a lot of different options. Keeping up with the knitwear pieces, she also has this mini dress. I have seen it in green. I have seen it in orange, I believe, like an orange red as well. And it's kind of this like strappy type of mini dress. It's knitted, but then it has like knitted crochet, I should say. And then it has like this beautiful like ruffle flower type of detail around the hemline. Girl, okay, she is serving, she is giving. I just recently saw Monet McMichael on her vacation right now, posted it on Instagram. I've seen Aaliyah's face in it. I have also seen Tasha in this. I'll probably pop up pictures obviously throughout the video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is another dress and another item that I have absolutely always loved. So the knitwear, the knit pieces have always been stunning. Definitely items that, again, I want to make a conscious effort this year of putting into my wardrobe and my collection. Just recently, Hanifa also did a bridal drop, which I thought was, I mean, just such a smart move, because I know a lot of people have been loving Hanifa, and I think it's a space that Black luxury brands would do really, really well in. So I was really excited to see those pieces as well. Hanifa, listen, crushing it across the board. She also does shoes as well, that I'm very interested in, you know, kind of exploring. I haven't seen too many people wearing Hanifa's shoes. I have seen a couple folks here and there. So I'll probably have to do a little bit more research just in terms of like sizing, how they run, comfortability. But overall, Hanifa is another brand that, sadly enough, I don't have anything in my wardrobe, in my collection from that brand. And we're gonna change that this year. Our next brand is Fenowell. And I was not familiar with this brand at all, but the first time that I did hear about Fenowell is when they did their collaboration with Target. Y'all already know, Target, okay, high key, but low key, but like on the highest of keys, kills it with the collaborations. And Fenowell was definitely one that I saw buzzing all over my timelines, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. But I completely missed out on the drop, okay? Because I was late to the game. I was late to the game. So of course, it kind of sparked my interest, and I was just like, okay, who's Fenowell? What is she giving? And maybe she's giving the girls. She's giving the girls look. She's giving fashion. She's giving style. She's giving all of the above. As of recent, I have been loving a lot of her swimwear drops. Granted, it's January, baby girl, but I'm already thinking about warm weather, okay? I'm already thinking about some trips, and I have been loving, absolutely loving her swimwear. Fenowell gives you a lot of color, a lot of prints, a lot of like flowy pieces with like really large, like billowy sleeves. So I feel like Fenowell is gonna be really, really good for the girly girl. But even me, as someone who I wouldn't say I'm like a super girly girl, every now and then I like to switch it up. I like to switch it up, and I think it's fun. I also play into juxtaposition a lot. So I would be someone that would take a oversized cargo pants or leather trousers and like a chunky platform boot and pair it with a girlier item or piece very similar to the items that you will find on Fenowell. I really enjoy the way that they play with different colors, and then again with the prints. I think it's really fun, and you can also see that into their swimwear items. And even with the swimwear, it's not super predictable. Like even when I was browsing through the site, there was some like swimwear items that I was like, is this a bathing suit? Like some of them were giving athletic wear. Some of them looked like, you know, just like everyday items and pieces, which honestly me, I would definitely be someone that would wear like a bathing suit, you know, top as an actual, you know, everyday top or going out piece, which I love. You know, the items are definitely functional. There are a lot of different ways that you can style them, but again, still playing with color, still playing with prints and shapes, which I think is really, really gorgeous. So Fenowell, I'm so sad again that I missed out on that drop that they did with Target. They had some really good denim pieces. Really, really good denim. Not even just only in that collab that they did with Target, but some really good denim as well. And I love denim, okay? Your girl works from home, I don't be going anywhere, but one thing about it, I'm gonna buy some denim. And I love the denim pieces from Fenowell as well. So number 3, our Target collab queen, Fenowell. So I know I said we'd be tackling a little bit of everything. So apparel, accessories, but obviously we've got to talk about shoes as well. And we're gonna be talking about Kendall Miles. Again, another brand I am so embarrassed to say that I was not familiar with. To my defense, for the longest, I was a sneaker girl, okay? Growing up, I was a sneaker girl. Even I'd say into like my early 20s, I was a sneaker girl. So whenever it came to a sneaker drop, I could tell you what was going on. I could tell you what was new, what Jordan was putting out, what Nike was putting out. The older that I've gotten, I'm starting to invest more and, you know, paying attention to other footwear options. Janae Naylor on her Style Unlocked show here on YouTube had an episode with the CEO and founder of Kendall Miles. And I was like, oh my gosh, love her fashion. What is she all about? And interestingly enough, I didn't even realize I had actually seen quite a few of her shoes on Instagram and TikTok. I had a bunch of them actually saved on Pinterest as well. I just never knew who the brand was. Love, 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 okay? Kendall Miles does a platform shoe really well, and as someone who is 5'3.5", any little extra height I can get, I want. She does platform shoes really well, going out shoes, you know, lots of different colors, but also has some of your like staple capsule wardrobe type of colors as well. And there is a silhouette for everyone on Kendall Miles, which I really, really love. I feel like when you get into the kind of luxury footwear space, you don't have a lot of versatility. There's not a lot of creativity. There's not a lot of uniqueness. You have some brands that kind of, you know, encapsulate that. So when I'm thinking about like my Aquazoras, I'm thinking about like my Alayas. When you're thinking about your Amina Muadis, there are some brands that are gonna kind of like gravitate a little bit into creativity. Renee Calvillas, which I do need a pair in my wardrobe, but we ain't talking about them right now, we focusing. But Kendall Miles is definitely a brand that I think does versatility and creativity really, really well. So if you are someone looking for a really classic staple silhouette and shoe, you have that. If you are someone who's a little bit edgier, you've got that. If you are someone who really loves trends, you've got that as well. Again, luxury brand, so the prices are obviously going to reflect that, but at least from what I've seen, I have read a lot of reviews. I've seen girls review shoes as well on TikTok and Instagram, and just kind of following along with people who have actually purchased items from Kendall Miles. The quality seems to speak for itself. So I definitely want to check her out this year and see what the shoes are giving. Maybe we'll pick up some this year and do a nice little review here on the channel. Let me know if y'all want to see that. Let me know if you want to see me shop any of these brands that we talk about today and do a little like review haul here on the channel as well. Our next brand, Blackwood. I know, I can already hear y'all yelling at me over there, okay? Mind your business, because you probably don't have enough black luxury brands in your closet either. Blackwood, the bags honestly are always a 10 out of 10. I think just about every bag that I have ever seen from Blackwood, I have absolutely loved. Even if it wasn't necessarily a bag that I would see myself using every day in my collection, something about, again, the creativity, the uniqueness, the craftsmanship of Blackwood bags, I think are a 10 out of 10. And that's something I want to highlight about these brands and black luxury brands kind of across the board. Not taking anything away, obviously, from any other brands, but I do feel like a lot of these companies hit the nail on the head when it comes to that. When it comes to creativity, when it comes to uniqueness, when it comes to thinking outside of the box, I feel like the black luxury brands are giving us that. They're giving us quality. Yes, the price tag might be a little bit higher, but it reflects that in the product. And I know for some time there was some little speculations going around with Blackwood and some of the bags and all that other stuff. And I think when brands are getting started out, of course, sometimes you have to work through the kinks and, you know, manufacturing. And of course, every now and then, I think, especially in the earlier stages, you are going to maybe face some inconsistencies, but at least from what I've seen as of late, I feel like Blackwood has been crushing it with their handbag collections. Not to mention, Blackwood kind of threw me for a little loop on the Renaissance tour when I saw that he's also doing ready to wear. Now, I don't know if this is like readily available to, you know, kind of like the mass markets. I don't know if it was something that was custom, you know, designed for Beyonce, but the pieces was given, okay? The pieces was given, and it was definitely giving me the feeling that Brandon Blackwood is probably going to be venturing into the ready-to-wear kind of world as well, and I'm super excited to see what he does in that space. Again, I really love a lot of their handbags. I have definitely started to expand my handbag collection, so I've been eyeing a couple different items. Again, I'll have them here on screen. If there are any handbags from Brandon Blackwood that I should be checking out, comment down below, let me know as well. Next brand is Andrea Yama, and I have mentioned her actually here on my channel before, just as a brand that I was kind of on the lookout for and a brand that I really want to shop. Andrea Yama, I think, is like the perfect kind of like one-stop shop when it comes to kind of putting outfits together, going on vacation, and you're trying to look for like those really fun kind of statement pieces. I feel like her brand is exactly where you would want to shop, because you are going to get everything. You are going to get swimwear, you are going to get accessories, you are going to get footwear, you are going to get perfect, you know, clothing items. Again, either really staple pieces, but you're also going to get trendy items. You're going to find pieces that are going to be really good for brunch, but you're also going to find like that perfect bodycon dress for a night out. Andrea Yama kind of gives me like a Cult Gaia feel almost, but honestly, even like a step better. Again, even like a step better. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but I think it's because of the creativity. Just the way that she plays with shapes. Like, she does these beautiful, like really grand pleated tops that are kind of in this like chiffon material, and they've got these gorgeous pleats, but then like the arms kind of fan out and are super large. Kind of like a billowy sleeve meets like a bat sleeve, if you will. But again, it's just like, oh, that's so beautiful, but I would have never thought to structure and craft a piece like that. Andrea Yama does that. When I look at the accessories, when I look at the shoes, again, I definitely get that Cult Gaia feel. I definitely get that Loewe feel. Like, Andrea Yama does a really good job with novelty, but not too much. You know how some luxury brands will do novelty and it's like, okay, this looks great on a runway, but this is not practical. Like, I don't want to always walk around with a shoe that has a cracked egg as my heel. You know what I mean? Super cute, but let's be so for real. Andrea Yama, I think, does a really good job of kind of like teeter-tottering that line of novelty, but it's chic, it's timeless. Like, there's still like a timeless essence to it, and it's fun. I really enjoy this brand. And again, as someone who traditionally gravitates to a lot of neutrals, this brand gives me that, but she also kind of pushes me outside of my comfort zone, which, especially for warmer months this year, like spring and summer, I want to play with color a little bit more. Don't hold me to it. I know I be saying that and then I still come out with like my same colors that I always wear, but I definitely want to play with color a little bit more this year, and I think Andrea Yama is gonna get me there. I am super excited to shop all of these brands, okay? I'm super excited to shop all of these brands and any other Black luxury brands that I might be missing. But this next brand is so, like, again, I'm so surprised I haven't bought anything from them, because everything about this brand, I feel like it's so like true to who I am in terms of colorways, in terms of shapes and structures and styles and fit, and just everything about the collections every time they drop them. I say it all the time that these pieces look so much like me. I've had other people tell me, you know, when they see certain items, like, yeah, this is definitely something you would wear. And it is with my guy, Jerry Lorenzo, Fear of God, okay? Fear of God. And I know some of you are probably thinking, Nora, I've been following along. You have some pieces from Fear of God. You've shopped with them. Yes and no, okay? So I have a ton of pieces from the Essentials line of Fear of God. So if you're not familiar, Jerry Lorenzo, who's the founder and creator behind Fear of God, created the kind of like more affordable line, if you will. And I say affordable like this because some of the items, I mean, like, they still range anywhere from like $80, $90 upwards of like $300, $350. So not super, super cheap. It is a more accessible, a more affordable line to the Fear of God line, and that is the Essentials. But the Fear of God main line is, I mean, chef's kiss. Now, this is gonna be a brand for the folks that really love neutral colors, earth tone colors, so your browns, your tans, and definitely for the folks who like more of your like classic cuts and structures. This is gonna be really good for someone who likes to look really put together and timeless but effortless at the same time. This is gonna be someone who likes that like casual chic. This is definitely gonna be the brand for you. If you love really great like jackets, outerwears, you are a pea coat, wool coat, trench coat type of person, this is definitely going to be your brand. And again, if you've been following along for a while, y'all know those colors right up my alley. I love comfy but chic and elevated at the same time. I like pieces that I can kind of mix and play with. I am definitely someone that will take like an oversized, kind of like loose fitted sweatpant, but pair it with like a bustier corset top and throw on a heel and a leather jacket. I'm someone who will take an oversized like wool coat, put like a mini black dress underneath and a strappy heel. You know, I'm definitely someone that likes to play with that, and Fear of God does exactly that. This last drop that they just put together, I mean, there were so many items and pieces that I was like, save, wish list. So damn good. Every single coat that they drop, I want the coat. Again, how many coats do I really need? Let's be for real. And not gonna lie, even more with the price tag, really gotta think about it, because I will say of all the brands that I'm probably mentioning today, besides Christopher John Rogers, I would say Fear of God probably has the steepest price tag. Yeah, CJR and Fear of God, I would say probably have the steepest price tags. He also does a lot of different shoes. I know he's done collabs with Adidas as well. I really love Fear of God. I think Fear of God reminds me a lot of what Kanye was doing with Yeezy, but again, a little bit more wearable, a little bit more chic, a little bit more elevated. There were definitely a lot of items that I loved from Yeezy, but I know for a lot of folks, Yeezy sometimes got a little bit too casual. It was a little bit too outside of the box, if you will, and I feel like Fear of God still gives kind of like that timeless, tonal, monochromatic looks in a wearable way. So Jerry Lorenzo, man, I'm gonna see you this year, okay? Fear of God, definitely wish list items. And last but not least, Sammy Mee Vintage. And this is a recent one. I probably only really found out about Sammy Mee maybe within the last 4 or 5 months. So very new to my radar. And again, watching another content creator here on YouTube, I actually think it was Aaliyah's Face. And she shared this like denim dress. I think it was denim. Yeah, it was a denim dress that she shared. It was a darker denim, but it was like super edgy, okay? It was just like structured shoulders, long sleeve, but then it was a mini, but it wasn't just like your traditional, just like cut across mini. There was kind of like some design cut into the bottom. It was fun, okay? It was very, very fun. This kind of gives me like edgy feel, Diesel-esque type of vibe. I know they are available on their own website. I know Revolve sells them quite a bit as well, and I think I've seen it on Farfetch or Forward, one of those sites also. But Sammy Mee is definitely really fun. I love the fact that they have vintage in their name, because you can kind of see that inspiration in their pieces. It gives me a lot of a like vintage JPG type of feel, like a vintage Roberto Cavalli, like that type of vibe. This is definitely gonna be the brand for you. So probably not the brand that I would say you're gonna build your entire like capsule wardrobe or wardrobe around, but definitely a fun brand to look at if you want, again, those really unique pieces that probably a lot of people are not gonna have. I don't think even a lot of people know a lot about Sammy Mee, or at least the folks that like I follow, a lot of the fashion places that I'm on, I don't always hear this brand. So I wanted to make sure we brought her to the forefront and let y'all know a little bit about the brand, check them out. Again, probably not gonna be your everyday pieces, but I think this is like some cute little ones, some sickening items that you could add to your wardrobe that every now and then when you pull them out, they're like, okay, that's a fashion girl right there. That's a fashion girl. She really knows how to put it on. Well, that is it, you guys. That is all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed this. Hopefully I introduced you maybe to some new brands or resurfaced some brands that you already knew about, but just forgot to check them out. Again, luxury is not just the staple brands and kind of the household names that we always know about. Black designers are doing it in the luxury space as well. Let me know down below if there were any brands that I forgot to mention or brands that you were like, Nora, oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't share this with the family. If there are any brands I need to check out. If you have shopped with any of the brands that I mentioned today as well, let me know your experience. What did you pick up? What should I check out as well? And then let me know if we should continue doing this, if there are different categories maybe that you want me to kind of focus on. And if I start purchasing some items from these brands throughout the year, I'll be sure to do unboxings, hauls, and styling videos here with you all as well. But other than that, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.